Hi, my name is Calliope Lukasides. Today we're going to be doing an oral history on the Greek diaspora, and we're at St. George in Clifton.
Okay, my name is Mike Sagelakis. I immigrated to United States in 1950. I came from the island of Karpathos.
You can just continue where we started from. Okay, so how old were you at the time that you left?
16 years old.
Okay, and why did you leave?
Because in Greece we didn't have anything. We came here for better education, more work, and it was the thing to leave the island. Sometimes in our island we would talk not where are we going, but when are we leaving the island. It was more important to leave the island than to where we were going.
So what were the conditions when you left Karpathos?
Very good. Just it wasn't any work, but I was young. I didn't look for work. The conditions were good. We just been united with the motherland Greece, because the island of Karpathos and the rest of the Dodecanese islands were under different governments for 636 consecutive years. We became officially Greeks in 1947 or 48.
Nice. So how did you prepare for your trip here to the United States?
Just got the ticket, get on the boat, and 17 days later I was in New York City.
So you didn't go through the process of Ellis Island, right?
No, no,
Who came with you when you immigrated?
by myself.
By yourself. Do you have any siblings or?
I have an older brother that was here. My father was here, and in Greece I had my older sister and my younger sister and younger brother at that time.
So when you came to the United States, did you have a job lined up for you?
No,
No. So
I went to Cleveland, Ohio, where my father lived. I went there to school for a year and a half. Then when I was 18 years old, the Korean War was still on. I went in the United States Marine Corps. I served 4 years active duty and 4 years inactive reserves. I became a sergeant in the United States Marine Corps. And that's just about my military thing.
I think that's really cool. How did you feel about your service in the Korean War?
Now thinking, I'm glad I didn't go to Korea. But at that time, I want to go to the Far East. You didn't put in for Korea. You tell your commanding officer I want to go to the Far East. They meant Korea, but they didn't send me. They sent me down to Puerto Rico, Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and I served on aircraft carriers because I belonged to a squadron. They have fighter planes for the Marine Corps.
What were the years of your service?
Early 57, no, 53 to 57.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't during the Bay of Pigs.
No, before the Bay of Pigs.
Before the Bay of Pigs.
Before the Bay of Pigs.
So you said you got here by boat. So why the United States and not some other country?
Well, because my father was here.
Okay.
If my father was in Zimbabwe or Rhodesia, I would have gone there.
Okay. When you came to the United States, how did the people in Karpathos view your leaving?
It was the thing to leave the island. Everybody was migrating to somewhere. Either Rhodesia or Canada or United States, Australia, or the mainland Greece.
Right. Okay. So what changes did you make when you came here, as opposed to being in Karpathos?
Well, I had a good life here. I did whatever I wanted to do, and I stayed.
So what were your first impressions when you came over?
Well, my first impressions it was early morning when we arrived in New York City, still on the boat, and watch all the cars driving by in New York City, wherever, was trying to get the boat to dock. A lot of cars, even at that time. That was my first impression. I said, "Look at all these cars. Where are they going?"
So has that initial impression changed over time as you've been here?
No. Then I realized United States is the land of plenty. Plenty of work, plenty of rich people, plenty of poor people, plenty of unemployed, and plenty of people that don't want to work also. It's the land of plenty.
That's really interesting. It's an interesting way to say it. So what were your hopes for yourself and then eventually your family when you...
Well, my hopes were to have a better life or a good life, which I did have.
Yeah, of course. And have you realized those hopes? Have they come true?
Well, the hopes and your desires are what you dream of. Sometimes things don't pan out the way you want it, but thank God I got a good wife, good kids, very good life.
So did you know your wife when you came to the United States, or did you meet through...
I knew my wife when I lived in the island. When I went back 1959 and I seen her on the street, I didn't recognize her because she grew and I grew, but I liked her and I married her.
So it wasn't arranged? It was...
No.
Okay.
Well, it was arranged after I told my family I liked that girl.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
No, but they had to go through the customs of sending someone to the family saying that this young man likes your daughter. Arrangements in that respect. But I seen her, I liked her, and I said, that's the girl I like to get married to. And I did it. Fast.
Quick.
I seen her August 3rd, 1959, and we were married August 30th,
Oh my God.
that same month.
3 weeks.
4 weeks.
4 weeks, yeah. Wow, that was quick.
Hey, you see something good, you grab it.
That's right. So were your expectations of America met? What you were looking to find?
Well, very good. That's why I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm here by choice.
Right.
By
exactly.
choice.
Exactly. Okay, so this is switching gears slightly. So what was your parents' religious background?
My parents?
Right.
Well, my father, as a young man, he was a bricklayer. He traveled to Morocco. He traveled to Iraq. And in fact, he was telling me that he helped build the bridges in Iraq, the ones President, not Trump,
Oh, Bush?
Bush, the old President Bush destroyed. And my kids used to say, hey, look at that, your father's bridges are down. Because my father used to build them bridges many years ago. But then my father, when I knew him, of course, he was a businessman in Pigadia, the capital of the island. He had a store of that time, whatever stores at that time. But when he came to America, he worked in a railroad
In Ohio, right?
in Ohio.
Okay. So what was their religious background? What,
Religious?
Yeah.
Greek Orthodox.
Greek Orthodox.
You know,
Right. And how is that observed in your home growing up?
oh yes, I went to church every Sunday. Oh yes, church was part of our life.
Right.
And I'm still here in church.
Exactly.
And we're in church right now talking about it at the hall, of course.
So religion does play a role in your
Yes,
life. So do you think it also plays a role in your understanding of the Greek heritage?
yes.
How so?
Well, I think Greeks and Orthodoxy are one and the same, in my opinion. I think our religion should be part of our government, even though I'm afraid lately it's not so.
Right. Can you explain that a little bit more? What do you mean together?
Well, we should have, in Greece, I'm talking about, the laws that any other religion, or let me put it this way, the official religion of Greece should be the Orthodox Church, the Eastern Orthodox Church,
Right.
the official religion.
Okay. Oh, you're saying in Greece, not
In
here.
Greece. Here it's freedom. You do whatever you want to do.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. No,
You don't want to go to a Greek church, you go someplace else, so you don't even have to go at all.
Right. Okay. No, I just wanted to clarify what you're saying. Okay. So, you've been able to live in Greece. You've been able to live here. What are some differences and similarities you've noticed between the cultures and the lifestyles?
Well, we keep our culture. We brought our culture from there here. We still live our Greek culture. We didn't leave it behind. We brought it with us.
Oh, okay.
We have our festivals. We have our Greek dances. We have our Greek schools.
Right. Exactly. So, so you say you're still always like involved with your culture. No matter
Yes. Yes.
what. Okay. So what kind of connections do you still have with your country of origin, Greece?
Well, I have a house in the island. I have relatives, close relatives. I have a sister. I have nephews, nieces.
So you'd say you're pretty close connected.
Yes, very, very close.
Okay, cool. So what are you most proud of with respect to your Greek heritage?
My Greek heritage. Well, we have that feeling of not forgetting our old country, but at the same time to love our new country. I do, have love for two different countries, like having two mothers, United States and Greece. I love them both the same.
That's a really good way to say it. What else do you see as one of the biggest challenges facing Greece today?
The present government is not to my liking. In fact, I think it's not good at all. But even the previous governments, they were just as bad. They became governments of any time you wanted something, they ask you what's in it for me. That's why they borrowed so much money and they spent it, they stole it, and today the poor people have to pay back all the money they were borrowing.
Right.
Then politicians, in my opinion, they should go to jail, or at least they should go through the court and let the court decide if they're guilty or not.
Do you ever think that would happen?
Never. Never. It's not what I feel. I feel they're guilty, but still, they should go through the judicial system and let the court decide if they are guilty.
Right. So what is your reaction towards the ongoing conflict between Turkey and Greece?
Turkey is trying to grab anything they can grab. Greece, according to what I hear, they have concrete ownership of the islands and whatever it is, but nobody goes to international court and decided all over again, even though these things were decided in, I guess, into international laws and there are documents about it, and even Turkey was participant, according to what I hear.
In the courts?
Yes.
Do you ever think there's going to be some resolution to that?
Resolution? No.
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 Not at all.
No. Not at all.
Okay.
It doesn't. If they resolve a problem, they have nothing to fight, and politicians gotta have something in order to persuade the people to vote for them.
Right. Makes sense. Okay, so the last question is just if I missed something that you'd like to talk about, this is the time.
Okay. I'm very glad I live in America. I live here by choice. I go to Greece almost every year the last 25 years. I spend 2-3 months there. My home is here. I live in United States, and I will probably die here. And I probably will be buried here. What else?
That's it.
Thank you.